On this issue, Nagaland, we had an emergency meeting on Saturday, and we have formulated that we should clear our stand to the government as well as to the citizens of these three districts. On this, we have given a short write-up to our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister. I will read out what we have given. To the Deputy Chief Minister, Home and Border Affairs Department, Government of Nagaland, Kohima. Subject: stand of Naga Council on illegal immigrants issue in the state. When I say Naga Council, we express on behalf of the citizens and civil society of Dimapur district. Honorable Sir, with grateful heart, the Naga Council expresses its profound appreciation and acknowledgement to the state government for organizing this crucial meeting with all the stakeholders of Dimapur, Chimawadima, and Newland district under your chairmanship, sir. State government has sincerely initiated action plan to tackle the issue in the right directions. Naga Council Dimapur feels that the immigrant issue in the state is a serious matter for survival, which must be checked at any cost. Taking advantage of the situation where the whole nation is already alert with sudden influx of illegal immigrants from Bangladesh, especially in the northeastern regions, including Nagaland, the state government should initiate and come up with long-term policies and strategies. At this crucial meeting, the Naga Council has a clear stand to check the entry of illegal immigrants in the state, particularly in Dimapur and neighboring districts, all along the foothill areas, which are the gateways for entry of the illegal immigrants. Number one, the state government should immediately declare the Dimapur district inner line permit regime zone without further delay. Now, there are certain points how this inner line permit should be implemented effectively. We have imposed small provisions which may also be referred if it is required. Number three, state government must formulate long-term policy and a modality for effective implementation to check entry of illegal immigrants. Number three, government should form a legitimate forum comprising youths, student bodies, intellectuals, expertise to follow up the issues and assess government for checking entry of illegal immigrants in the state. Number four, the landlords and the owners of commercial and residential buildings which are meant for rent and contractors should be made responsible for authenticity of the tenants and strictly adhere to the modality so formulated by the government. Number five, the modality should also provide provision for participation of the church and all the citizens of the district or area to assess the state government. Number six, above all, state government must create a congenial or favorable relationship with the neighboring state, particularly with Assam government, where its flows of illegal immigrants are expected to be through Assam. Naga Council, Dimapur, and civil society organizations are ever ready to cooperate and assist the state government for effective implementation of the modalities. As I have mentioned, we have given for effective implementation, for example, electronic ILP, then strict border control, then mobile aids, then data sharing, then regular checking, training to be provided, technology integrations, and monitoring, establishing a monitoring system to check ILP applications, issues, and derivation. With this, once again, I thank the state government of Nagaland and also to the Deputy Chief Minister for giving us this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Illegal immigrants. India police I'm very grateful to our DGP and our so to say, about this Honorable Deputy Chief Minister. Of India, police, railway station, they checking places. It's very good. Only India, saya I mean, neighboring state, Assam there. Jiman illegal immigrants come India, yes, we need to get the town to be civil with each and every colony. Chairman come, Gambura chairman leaders on here. So in charge together. Kun mutu nama yase, kun ajaise, kiman muida thagi bola se, ki thagi bola se, so all we check na. Your responsibility so big jaan di. If you fail to check illegal immigrants, apni yadra thabo la. This already now. So assembly ka puri jaga chief minister check karna. This all we check. And those Kate jago na pare kam to India mo ham Nagaland focus. I mean the open ocean. India railway station that we are checking plus already. How far? Kumba one documents na nilipit to ito ang kote detention center na 200 manura kule. Jagay na kami India. Ito be enta upay kule bago rugi bas. Abyan just my solution. Aru kuan siya India American illegal immigrants are a common issue. Not only Nagaland, one notice. And also notice that. If you jogging up with future and over Nagaland or India. If you Bangladesh, demand for assess, okay, they are check number free ocean. Kunja the Kandana Kambrasa and Nagaland. If you are a bar, we check now. It will part to allow us with ILP. One is not, even myself also, I go to Manipur, or Raja, I need ILP. I mean, I go. I mean, I'm a tribal man, I'm a new experience that go. I mean, I'm a sightseeing job, I ILP, so the brother, my request is that those who cannot produce ILP, I mean, what heavy fine over. I mean, only matter, only Labadan. Only fine go 5,000, only 3,000, but those you don't control only.
Now, as a newly created called Newland district, a separate district, I would like to make an appeal and request to the government. Whether there is an official order for ILP enforcement for separate Newland district, that will be if for future reference, that order should be there for better and for good of all. On the areas, not only CB but Vinagas bordering on some line, there have been many issues we have been facing. So, while many years there have been NAP posts posted, but it has been withdrawn for reasons best known to them. At the same time, this year during January, February, March, there have been some problems. So the Newland District GP Association has put a representation to the government to reinstate the NAP posts on the border line. Till then, the Nagaland-Assam boundary land demarcation has not been settled. Till then. So, on the issue of ILP, the Newland district, there is area authority, GBs. We have got 5 areas. We have GBs association. NGOs are there. So along with headed, since we have got deputy commissioner of the district, headed by the district administration, jointly, if we are allowed to hammer out a mechanism and modalities for ILP, that I want to put these points to our honorable Deputy Chief Minister. Thank you, sir.
But today, as a young boy, I should not condemn the government at the first place, but it was very unsatisfied in welcoming address or in our keynote address, and we are not satisfied. Today, we are here to call a meeting, not to attend the program. So, on the side of the Naga Student Federations, this is our fourth public. We have already covered with in public domain in this 1 year time. I think we have already come up to public domain 5 times, if I'm not mistaken. And today I want to hear from government, rather me suggesting, because our suggestion and advice are already in public domain. So for me, government aside from why should I be in discussion? And if there's no discussion, Federation will walk out from this meeting, from this program. But there is no such deliberations and discussion to be led. Why should all the CSO be invited if there is not any point of discussion? So I'm sorry, but we will rather listen first from the government. Needed to be, if our chairperson give the Federation time, will participate in discussions, or else we will walk out from this meeting. And our Federation stand is very clear. It has to be implemented in 3 districts, not only Dimapur alone. We are ready, and when Manipur state, when Assam, when Manipur, Arunachal, Mizoram can implement quite well, why Nagaland? It's threatened the citizens of Nagaland state. So once again, thank you for the time, but sorry for the inconvenience that I threatened. But I will rather listen from government officials rather than I'll comment on the discussion. Thank you.
Much has been said and much has been discussed in the media and much has been published. Under the directive of our Apex body Naga Student Federation, the Dimapur Naga Students Union have been sincerely voicing out the importance, the needs of the ILP to be implemented in Dimapur. Nothing much more to discuss until and unless the government tell us the difficulties and tell us what is the stumbling block that the government of Nagaland, our government of Nagaland cannot implement. The ILP is something to protect the minority, the tribal, the demographic of the tribal people from the most advanced and the most populated people. Not to differentiate or not to keep separate from the people, but to protect our origin. And it is much important that the government of Nagaland should see to it. Like we have said, the Dimapur Naga Students Union, by the time we took over office, we have taken an oath to advocate the policy of unity among the Nagas and to peacefully coexist with other communities as Dimapur is a mini India. People from all different races and religions are living in Dimapur. We have taken a promise to do that, but not at the cost of our well-being, not at the cost of our social, political, and economic well-being. We request the government of Nagaland to kindly deliberate more in this matter. As and when such situation arises, it is very much important that the civil organization, the administrator, and the government of Nagaland should work hand in hand, finding a proper mechanism to tackle such issues. Any misgovernance, any decision, any mistake decision taken by the government, it is the people that suffers. People have voted you. I am pretty sure there are many people, many stumbling blocks on the parts of the government too. We do understand that. Every notice that have an ILP, I'm pretty sure they have also got a pressure. American government of Nagaland, American Nagaland, one from Jorniki, ILP the government. Anachal Jagi, Kota Jagi, ILP ke ase. Pressure disha kore, tigra disha kore. How did they know the importance of the people? Ite karna ILP the disha. American Nagaland, one from Jorniki. If government is facing any difficulties, do tell us. We are here to assist the government. We, the CSOs, the chairman, the council, the governors, we are all here to assist you. We are not here to create violence. We are not here to spread hatred among others or towards other community. But we are here to protect our well-being. So kindly look into this matter. And we came into this meeting to hear more about how the ILP is either going to be implemented or it's not going to be implemented. We actually came here to listen to the government of Nagaland and discuss more. In case if the ILP is implemented, how it is going to implement? What are the mechanisms? What are the steps to implement the ILP? I thought we are coming here to discuss further. Many intellectuals, many CSOs, elders, seniors are there to give a solution to the government of Nagaland in case there are difficulties. So without hope, we came here to attend the meeting. But I do believe at the end of the program, the government of Nagaland and the representative will highlight and suggest, give more about the update of how the ILP is either going to be implemented or not. Dimapur Naga under the Naga Federation, we are firm on our stand. ILP should be implemented. Thank you.
Supplementing to the NSF and DNSU, I also would like to just add some points in that. Firstly, I think the government should give the priority to, they should focus on identification, detection, and deportation mechanism of these illegal immigrants. We have been discussing for years together regarding ILP, implementation of ILP. ILP to BC South Korea out of the blue, into the reason is known to the government. Jodi ILP to implement I think this is the right time for us, and this is the right moment, the golden opportunity for us to implement ILP strictly. And if at all the government is willing to set up a commission, I think that also it should have been taken up as early as possible with the support of the civil societies. Aru yada ahadu Aadhaar card check korado. Recently railway station the Aadhaar card kan check kori ase. To tate sadu Aadhaar card to any duplicate fake duplicate Aadhaar card also has been used. And during the ULB election time, Aadhaar card to bishi fake Aadhaar card print kurine chola bishi dekise. Itu kora ami suggest korado. Ami la babana to if at all itu check kuribo strictly check kuribo kole. This thing, the biometrics gadgets should be there. It should be given to even to the civil societies who are on duty, or even the student organization, police administration. Taikandi eku saman na thakile, eku gadget na thakile. Taikame ene kuribole ase. Duty to DC kuribole ase. Itupura, I would like to request the higher authority to implement, especially biometric gadgets and kiki already think kuribole laga. Without this, even anybody can just come and show their Aadhaar card, just a fake Aadhaar card or a duplicate. They can just print it out from any printing press and they can just show this, and if it is continue like this, I would like to request the government also to take up this case on top priority. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
First of all, the Office of the Western Sea Youth Front assert that the proposed border that the Western regions share with the neighboring states poses a threat to safety, security, and identity of the Nagas. while bringing us to the initial intent of the Bengal Eastern Frontier Regulation of 1873 and its subsequent inner-line permit. While retaining its core principle, it is important that its nature is justified through proper implementation. As such, Licensing Youth Farm would like to lay out 7 measures for its functional implementation. 1. That inner-line permit be implemented in the 3 districts of Dimapur, Dimapur, and Newland in total. 2. That for strengthening its practically various ILP registration and monitoring cells be established at transit location and transport station for ease and registration. 3. That the online portal for registration be made functional and easily accessible. 4. That the district administration at all levels be accountable for monitoring and scrutiny of records. 5. That the administration adopt the trickle-down execution policy by empowering every village authority and town colony authorities, that is GPs and councils, so that they assist the office in detecting, identifying, reporting, and apprehending the absconders. 6. Border security checks be strictly implemented so as to restrict infiltration of illegal immigrants. 7. That the agency dealing with ILP be strongly equipped so as to strictly implement the law and retain options of deportation of illegal Bangladeshi immigrants and other unlawful infiltrators. 8. And the last one, that the punishment for harboring any illegal infiltrators by any individuals, by the village authority or colony authority for any purpose be strictly dealt with pre-described penalties.
At the time, as we already know, ILP is essential for Dimapur to implement Newland, which I think government also agreed. So in order to implement that, we need to have ILP books at all entry points, like Delhi Gate, Newfield Gate, Faculty Gate, railway stations, Suburban Gate. Now, having ILP book itself just to detect is not enough, because the rule provides that if somebody has to enter Nagaland for certain legal activities, he can be issued with ILP for 3 days, for 15 days, for 30 days, 6 months, 12 months, or 12 months, so forth. So, at the ILP books, 2 activities has to be there. One is identification detection, obviously, and deportation, and not allowing them to come in. Another one is how do we issue ILP, because we cannot allow anybody to enter Dimapur without ILP. So we have to have a provision to issue ILP at the gate itself. That is a challenging thing, but government, I think, should be able to do it. Another point is not only at port points, but at railway stations also. Now, of late, I applaud Dimapur police. They have taken lots of trouble to check the
protect and safeguard the unique indigenous identity and culture of Nagas. I, for one, think it will be most befitting for the Nagas to continue the well-perceived visionary legacy of protecting and safeguarding our unique indigenous identity and culture. And I'm proud to say that if we Nagas, the Nagas of present generation, fail to do so, history will mock at us. But the Jumugidima Lotao is confident that the government of the day is efficient and capable enough to protect and safeguard our identity and culture. The Jumugidima Lotao fully agree with the fact that it will be a robust challenge for implementation of ILP, particularly in Dimapur, Newland, and Chumugidima district. Because of porous entry and exit point. But we have full confidence and faith in the government of the day and its machineries, for the simple fact that our honorable elected members are highly qualified, efficient, capable, knowledgeable, IT savvy, and at the same time, the government machinery is packed with top brands in the form of IS, IPS, NCS, and PS officers. In fact, they are second to none. Therefore, the Nagas have full confidence and faith on the government of the day and its machineries that they will leave no stone unturned in protecting and safeguarding
7th of September 2024, directing us to attend the meeting, and this is why we are here. Many nice suggestions and modalities have been given. Here, I would like to express one small suggestion, that is, we are all aware that Dimapur and Chumugidima district together shares 50 to 60 kilometers boundary with Karbi Anglongs of Assam, out of which about 40 kilometers boundary area of these districts are inhabited by the Qataris. I can firmly say that this boundary is very porous and unguarded, except Newland at Dimapur. I said that we, the Qataris, can contribute and cooperate in the district administration in checking the inflow of illegal immigrants by being a watchdog. The Qataris have always cooperated with the government of Newland in all programs, and therefore it is requested that we may not be forgotten.
It is happening. They come from outside Dimapur to Chumugidima town also. They work here daytime and they go away. So easy. Not only the constructions work or the businesses, but all the illegal, immoral happenings are also happening. And it is a daytime job to do. It is often because there is no ILP. So, today, given this opportunity to voice out that we need ILP in this district, the officers, Newland, Chumugidima, strongly stand hand in hand with all the CSOs here while supporting the government.
This time, being used to can't face Quran is not. Telephonic conversation, but I don't get threatening, and it's not. It will be a tacit factor. It do American illegal immigrants laga issue to take up Quran day. American Niger manuhe bishi manu itu kan dia patronize kure to, support kure to, backing kure to. Why? Kini mida se, kiba tacit ni. Some monetary gain is bias ni. Few individual naga itu nimite takan tu itu Quran tu itu jeopardize kure kure. Not thinking as a whole, naga society do population. Future generation to do population to knowledge के लिए किरा पुराने ऐसे दूसरा एक था होले मैंने illegal immigration issue तो होले तो अभी ना tackle probably नापारा लगाए issue तो होले तो आगे देखो मत कोई नहीं सी अभी ना cheap labor अभी ना नागा मानो काम ना करे तो अभी ना daily wages हजीरा करो को तो ये तो it's beyond our imagination আমি গান ভাবনা করে কি ইটো গান তো ছোট কাম আছে ইটো নন নাগাস গান আসাম পৰা আহা দুসরা জায়গা পৰা গান কৰিব লাগে ইটো নিমিতে আমি গান ইটো গানকে থাকিব দিব লাগে ইটো হিসাবতে মহান when it comes to illegal immigration issue আইলে মানে লাইট লৈ নেকি আমি গান ইটো কি চাব পাৰে আৰু ইয়াতে আমি গান indigenous non-indigenous laga issue koi thake holibi ekta point to amar naga manu ase ami chakasa manu ase amar ghor manu amar chakasa manu non nagas ekta ke sati kursi boile tu tenne ekta laga piche khara kore to ta laga maiki to amar manu ase holibi mota to non naga holibi ami kan taige indigenous to bole debe itu kan factors kan ase niki इनिगा बिशी आमी खान दिखी आसे येते आमी खान सा हिसाब से जीबी खान सा हिसाब से दिमापुर के थाकी ने सा हिसाब से गवर्नमेंट पर एक सिस्टम तो लागो है इलीगल इमिग्रेशन तो चेक करूबले ऐसे बोले तो आमी खान लगा भावना ते फर्स्ट पॉइंट एक तो है the government may give an official order as mandatory to non-indigenous residing in the state to produce residency proof from their native village town authority, which must be countersigned by the district administration equivalent to DC or ADC, which will become a basis to ascertain the genuineness of a person citizenship of that particular state. Itu ekta pro paise boli to yes, आगे the speaker can be quite duplicate भी बनाए होली भी. Why? The government, the administration, they can still have relation with other state. This is kan logo te tan communicate relation thaki ne counterpart logo thaki ne itu jani bo thare. आजकल तो होली तो internet लगा world दे ऐसे. It's very easy communicate करो बोले. Supposing take for example Karimganj लगा DC, Dimapur DC. ताइजन बरा कनेक्ट थाकी से बोले तो इतु मान लो एकता आइडेंटिटी तो ताई लगा किया से तू जानी बोले तो इतु परा वो पाके सेकंड पॉइंट मिले make mandatory for the village council GBs colony authorities to strictly adhere to the official order of the government on the issue of residency certificate to non-naga indigenous people इतु आमी येते कोबले मोन था तो हमारा जीबी खान भी ठीक ना था भी ऐसे तो American colony authorities, village council leaders can GBs can be American koma jagate moi kan residency certificate to tai laga authenticity tai laga citizenship to thik na jane ki ni di thake itu bhi thik na itu bra hai government office te DC office jale mene official kan to issue kore
The issue of illegal immigrants raises concern and affects life of all of us. The district administration is fully geared up to meet the challenges. I would like to thank each and every one of you for your cooperation and support to the district administration, and I look forward for your support and cooperation in future also. We will also require the cooperation of the other state governments during verification of the antecedents of the ILP holders. I am glad to express thanks to all the speakers who have spoken today. You have all shared critical and insightful points, which is noted for further examination and for implementation. After the recent incidents of political turmoil in Bangladesh, it has brought back the issue of illegal immigrants and the influx of illegal refugees in the state. On 10th August, we had a video conferencing along with our home commissioner and all the deputy commissioners, and all the deputy commissioners of 16 districts were directed to be alert and to conduct regular checks and monitor the presence of illegal immigrants. So far, nothing adverse has been reported. For the information of all of you, we have the online ILP, which is put in place, and steps have been taken to improve the system. I would like to appeal to all the stakeholders present here to cooperate and assist the state government in dealing with the issue of illegal immigrants in a proper legal way. It's a need of the hours to be aware and to work hand in hand with the state government and bringing out proper ways and means to curb the menace of illegal immigrants. With these few words, I end my speech. Thank you very much.
Your inputs are valuable. Some of the inputs which have been shared are quite detailed, and we would try to implement this. I think, as my friend Mr. Singh Seth mentioned, I think we have to firstly differentiate between what is an illegal immigrant and an ILP holder. Okay. I'll just first touch on the illegal immigrants issue. An illegal immigrant could be a foreign national in India, and by that, by extension to Nagaland. In view of what has happened in Bangladesh, let me again reassure you that after the turmoil in Bangladesh, after the recent incidents in Bangladesh, we have not noticed any footfall into Nagaland after the turmoil. So I'm not saying of the past, I'm saying after the recent spate of incidents, we have not witnessed any footfall. The second is the issue of illegal immigrants per se, and how we as a country or as a society and Nagaland per se handles all these incidents. Sadly, we are very lax in some of the things that we do throughout the country and also in Nagaland. I think we have mentioned this in one odd forum earlier, but let me mention this, how we go wrong and why we should not go wrong. About a month and a half back, there was an incident where a Chinese national was staying illegally in Nagaland. He had obtained all documents. His wife is a Naga. No, I am not named the tribe. Okay. A foreign national illegally in India without a passport, without a visa, is able to obtain even up to an Aadhaar card and an indigenous certificate. If this was to continue for a Chinese national, it could happen for anyone else. And we don't know for how many other people this has happened already. Okay. So I think firstly everybody needs to become more responsible in all this. While it is our primary duty to safeguard the safety and security of the country as well as the citizens, I think it is equally everybody's responsibility not to commit any wrong or crime or to help anyone who is committing a crime. So my first request is that everybody should be very, very careful in giving documents, identity documents to anyone within Nagaland if someone approaches you. While we all want to strengthen the system, I can be pretty sure that some of you have also raised these concerns that a lot of people are having indigenous certificates or local residency certificates or proofs or papers which have been obtained by them or rather procured by them at a cost or through bhai dosti, okay, either by payment of money or chinya mano aseni. So I think we need to all tighten all these mechanisms we just can't keep blaming others for it. Others includes government, but others includes other villages and other districts and others in the society also. I think we need to become very careful in what documentation, what papers we are issuing to others. The second is the issue of illegal immigrants, which we are in Nagaland more concerned about is illegal Bangladeshi immigrants. But I would say that any illegal immigrant is an illegal immigrant. That would also include an illegal Myanmarese immigrant if that is the case. Okay. There is no legality, no difference between an illegal Myanmarese immigrant or a Bangladeshi immigrant or a Chinese or a Pakistani immigrant. They are all violating the law. So we need to be very careful. While ILP and the illegal immigrants issue in this part of the state is more valid for the Bangladeshis probably. In the eastern side towards the border, it is equally valid probably for the Myanmarese nationals. Okay, so I know I'm talking to the Dimapur-based CSOs, but probably this message will go to everybody. So it's good that everybody knows that there is no difference in the law between an illegal immigrant from any place. Now, coming to the issue of illegal immigrants, most of the people who are coming to Nagaland as Indian nationals, whichever community they come to, except for those who are from Nagaland, they would be coming from other places. Okay? So, the first stop for them to procure documents or obtain documents legally or illegally is outside Nagaland. It is not within Nagaland, it is outside Nagaland. Whether those documents are genuine or forged, it is difficult to ascertain. I don't think that any state except Arunachal, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram has so much of focus on the ILPs also. Okay, it is a particular problem that we face. Maybe Assam for a different reason, but your suggestion is well taken that we can request the Assam government or other state government, but the importance that we attach to this issue, other states may or may not attach. So even if the DC to DC communication or other communication takes place, getting a response from that end is quite difficult. And I'm saying this based on an experience of many years in Nagaland. I think even Nagaland government has tried in the past to get documents verified from Assam and other places. We sort of rarely get a response. And since it is here, he would vouch for what I'm saying. So these are issues, but that doesn't mean that we will not make enough efforts. I think we will try to put better systems in place so that we can get documents verified. We'll discuss it in-house within the state government. But a few other things I wanted to mention. Coming back to the ILP issue. The state government had set up a committee. The committee has set up its report, which would be under consideration. However, the major practical problem that we face in Nagaland is, personally, even as DGP, I would say is not check gates or anything, but it is checking. Okay, it's checking per se, not check gates. If you erect check gates at the roads, there is nothing which prevents people from coming through the fields and other areas. Okay, you cannot fence all the boundaries. So the issue is checking. Now, what happens is in Nagaland or for Nagaland, I think there would be at least 40-50 authorities which would be authorized to issue or renew ILPs. Okay, I'm just giving you a very practical example. Although the state government has started an online system, which is much better, but I think we need to speed up the online system of ILPs. Without that, what happens is if you issue an ILP in a physical form, I'll give you an example. For example, if an ILP is issued in a physical form in Shillong, okay, how does the, say, DC Peren or OC Peren or Jaluki or say someone in Mon know whether the document is genuine or whether the signature is genuine on the document? Okay, so these are practical problems. I think for this, the state government is trying to improve the online ILP system. Once that happens, I think that will happen very soon. I don't want to go into details because the matter is still under consideration. But there are real serious efforts to improve the system where the system of online issuing of ILPs will be strengthened. The law enforcement agencies, the police and the district administration, government agencies will have a centralized data bank from where to verify whether an ILP is genuine or not, what is the period of validity of the ILP, and so for example, if the ILP is valid for 15 days, then whether the person is going back in 15 days or he's staying beyond that, and along with that, a system of imposing of fines and punishments will come. Okay, so all these systems are being taken care of. Give us some time. I think more systems will improve in due course. I think the women who mentioned about fingerprints and biometrics, your suggestion is well taken, but there is an issue. With what do we check the fingerprints? With what database do we compare a fingerprint? Okay, I'm not saying it should not be done, obviously it should be done, but to check whether a fingerprint or a biometric is genuine, there has to be a back-end database with which you wish to check. I don't know when it will happen and how it will happen, but maybe in the ideal situation we can work towards that. How that will happen, it will take some time, but it will, maybe that could be thought of over a period of time. All other suggestions are also welcome. In the morning also with the respected Deputy CM, we had a discussion. Now currently, the offences or the violations of ILP, the system, these are non-cognizable offences, which means the police has to submit a report to the magistrates. It is up to the magistrate to impose the fine or imprisonment. Magistrate means judicial officer. We don't have powers straight away. Same with probably the district administration. The district administration is only the issuing authority. Okay, we can check and we can then inform the district. We have to inform the judicial officers. This is how the legal system of the country also works. So there is an issue, but hopefully with all new systems coming in place, with IT-backed systems being brought into the mainstream, I think things will improve. Another suggestion and a request that I want to make to all of you. Some of you have participated in some of the meetings that I have had, public meetings that I have had in the past. And for those people, it may be a repetition. And you might also feel that, but there is a reason. Some of you must be knowing that I have been talking about a process of tenant registration in Nagaland and tenant verification in Nagaland, whether it is for drugs or for criminals or for other types of crimes and other things. I can tell you that we have been working on something. We want to put a system in place. But all ideas, if we suddenly implement them, they face resistance. So there is a right time for everything. So I think this is also a right time in Nagaland that if we start a tenant registration thing where the landlord as well as the tenants throughout the state should, I would prefer if it happens voluntarily. They should voluntarily register. The landlords and the tenants should voluntarily register. If not voluntarily, maybe we could think of imposing fines on this. This will have multiple advantages. Besides knowing, it is not just then confined to the ILP. ILP becomes the second layer of that. The first layer is your tenants. Okay, whether it is a tenant of in a shop or a house, or as we were talking in the morning that in some of the foothills areas, people have migrated to Kohima and Dimapur, and it's just the tillers who are people not indigenous who are staying there and cultivating the lands. All this data we will be able to gather quickly, and then it will help us to check who are actually having a permit or not, and what is the purpose of a permit if it has been issued to them. I would want to request you that if you could also sort of join us and help us to start a registration system. If the civil society is willing, it is not for us, it is for everybody's benefit. If you help us, if you join us, I think we could do it faster. because it takes two hands to clap. One is the government and the police which will clap. We put one hand, if the civil society and the public joins with the other hand, the system can be implemented very quickly. But I just want to assure you that systemic improvements are going to take place. In how much time I'm not able to say because it's going to be a cabinet decision, but better monitoring of the movements of people and implementation of the ILPs and illegal immigrants will occur in the coming future. I don't want to undermine the efforts of any civil society organization. You are vital instruments in the state. Your opinions matter. You sort of sometimes help us to wake up from a slumber if there is a slumber. But my only request is, today we live in a very connected world. What happens here has implications elsewhere in the country. What happens elsewhere has implications in Nagaland. My request to the student organizations is, if you detect an ILP, you know of someone who may be a defaulter or an illegal immigrant, please let the district police, the police and the administration know. Okay, don't try to take law in your own hand because we could be creating more problems by doing this. If we fail, if someone fails at the level of a constable or a police station or an outpost or any secretariat or anywhere, there is always a mechanism for redressal by taking it to the OC or the SDPO or the SP or even the DG. But please take a sort of a legal approach where please help us, okay, and then don't try to do it yourself because it could have multiple implications for a law and order problem. We are all, a lot of us would be having our children and relatives outside Nagaland. It is for us, for our own safety and also for their safety and to live in a congenial atmosphere in the country that is required. We are working on some improvements. The Home Department and the state government and police, we are working on some improvements in the ILP. Soon it will see the light of the day. And it's not a one-time process, it is an ongoing process. After that also, if you feel there are any issues, there are problems, we will try to improve. My request is also about the tenant registration thing. If we can start with that, I think that will help us to keep everybody secure and weed out the non-permitted people or the immigrants faster than what is being done now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Shri Y. Patan, our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister of Home, to take his time, please.
Home Commissioner Nagaland, our government is being guilty. See, we all know that a viral video was circulated on 2nd September 2024 of passengers disembarking from a train in platform number 2, Dimapur. I am happy to report that both police and administration swing into action immediately. As an immediate follow-up action, 3 counters were set up at Dimapur railway station covering all exit routes to check suspected illegal immigrants from among the travelers deporting at Dimapur. Here, I also want to clear the minds of our members present here. Please, ILP and illegal immigrant is different. Because ILP means anybody coming from our mainland, Hindus, Jains. Those are also, they have to obtain that ILP. And this ILP implementation was taken in 1979. That is starting from Chimugudima checkpoint.
not Dimapur. Earlier, this Chimigudima gate was called Nitrogar, not Chimigudima. 1979 to start with ILP. So ILP in 1873, Bengal Eastern Regulation Act 1873 ILP to Nagaland to implement curriculum. We have started implementing ILP in 1979 only, and that is from Nitrogar State only. Dimapur Nagado 9. That's why it American to party to us. Government it to party to us. Now we set up a committee for ILP implementation committee headed by me. So within 6 months we have to support our report. So we have already submitted our ILP committee to the state government. Now it is with the state government, it is our state government, it is serious view. I mean, we have already submitted member committee to submit to very soon with the consultation of our civil societies. I'm going to do very serious. That is just for your knowledge. Now here, Yatiapang Wa Assam, within 2 months, they have detected duplicate, false, Aadhaar card. More than 2,000-3,000 detected. Here I fully support this TB association and other members who have raised this issue, our women leaders. Duplication big issue हुआ है please don't blame only state government. It is a collective effort. I mean, so if you look at the Jelikina, काम करेले success हो. इले माने American ही invite करे I must say that we are the one who inviting our illegal immigrants. अपना लोगों ने हमें लोगों ने एक देखा पानी खेती थागेले we never do ourselves. बिया कंगी माचेंगे ना कोई बोले अच्छी. Now, as per my observation, I mean, first Indian generation it will face Korea. Our younger generation, I mean, one day Nagaland will become like Tripura. It short series intermarriage. मोटा बिया के शादी करे आओ माइकी बिया लोगों शादी करे सेमापुरा बिया लोगों शादी करे एक तो खान पीछे दे इधर ये सब दे चाय से बोले चाय खाना पांचा खान कुछ क्यों हो नागा हो ना बिया हो ये तो क्या मेरे serious खाली बोला है इधर intermarriage problem हो बोले ऐसे I appreciate Mogochung district. Mogochung Japnagan Kali. Ektam Yana Kali. Like that, white government Rabiki Kurigula Kuribo. Only be our civil society should be strong. I am staying in Merima village area. My private house. Merima Pustikan village council can key resolution pass Kuriginas. कौन ऑफिसर होती पब्लिक लीडर होती कौन तारीख खोर बना से Muslim illegal immigrant Mia Khan Ainikina Podaise Koile Tekile 50,000 fine. Merema Posti area de अपना visit करे सारे. एक तब मिया भी बाबुना नहीं. American Israel जाओ बोले 50,000 fine. Our village council decision should be very strong. Even GBs, yes, you are a chain of state government. Policy. Colony day, apnang colony day, apnang jaga day. Notun manuku na hai ase. Aje amar ko de ekta miya ase. Tai ko se chai de na hele 20-30 family ani lo. Oilado, I settled in Dimapur in 1966. Total time class. Mia ko ado supply nahi. Total time to le tihari hai ase to. Aro tihari kan to काम kori kina kamai kina try lo. Mia kan to ekta apna OIT se bole next month pra to 20-30 household aahe. Ye to pra we need a collective effort to mend this, to eradicate this illegal immigrants. ILP laga to alaga. Our committee we have already submitted a report. Very soon government will come up with a decision. Are to itu dia apna nobody भी consult करेगा. अपना किनेला से state government itu आसे कोई ना तो उला बोले आसे. itu pra itu our TG होइसे. itu to before we take any decision. Since committee has supported a report, itu taradari apna nge mate aje. Unbo organization to nai to mark next time, that is not only here, with all the apex body, tribal hall, NSF, TNSU, all the respective tribe student bodies, invite we have to debate on this. American jadi thagabra isu legina itu kuri betul nohar. We are going to take decision very soon. The committee report is with the government. So itu lah disini American itu order notify korigo. Itu disini those who are not itu kusina itu ase kibat thari le. That time we can discuss it. Itu berat this time. Yade apna gua ase ILP illegal immigrants. As stated by DGB, American ILP to Khalid Dimapur person of Boredo. This is a swing from Delhi, from all Nagaland houses in the country. Delhi Grabi Sokure, Calcutta Grabi Sokure, Guwahati Grabi Sokure, Shillong Grabi Sokure. Edobra, Dadi American Enaga, Takusra, Esokura Podli. Online system poligo kogine to amen bhavna ase. Online kori se to konti bolabo noare. Here in 1873, Bengal Eastern Revolution Act de thorile edo defaulter kan to 1,000 fine ya de to 1,000 legena 5,000 already digena lit ai dawa. So all these things we are studying this, we are examining this state government. We are going to come out very soon. So please, I request and appeal our NSF and TNSU also that very soon this state government is going to take decision. Ito apna 14 days ultimatum tiya laga pra hoy. Aro ito inaga civil society pra forming ke inaga ito ultimatum tiya do I appeal and request in future ito do no kurele pa. Apna no phaigo apna ka ito NSF TNSU pra ito ultimatum tiya pra apna ito kura se no. We have completed our report 6 months. 3 months teacher, 3 months voice, submit voice. Very soon we are going to cabinet is going to sit on this. So yade, apna kan ki voice, DGP, our commissioner, Commissioner. So we have taken note of that. And if required, we will console you again. Aro yate check it la kuado chimukiduma. It is under repair very soon. Ito to GLP yate chimukid to. Amigan Nagaland de सबसे पुराना check के तो chimukiduma नीचे का के ना दे So we are going to install very soon for that. Ito bra yate ete yate man kota pure lebi सब topic de किया है. But please differentiate about illegal immigrant and ILP. ILP called also Hindu today. It differentiate Kurigina, we will this, especially for illegal immigrants, Bangladeshi. Eto nani bole to amena sob process Kurigula. Tosra ILP so Kura Hindu Kamprado, Jain, Eto Kamprado, Amingi Mantikter Nido. Also do itu Bangladeshi kan aja do. Amar kedi de, jadi amar kedi, cukup dia lupa saya, komon ala de. Ekta family rakhi de je, kita to ekar uda family hoje, kami dia keda aja. Ini kaya huआ aja do. Aro pacha do tay kan IT star ka 5 शादी करे, pacha do 30 30 भी ऐसे एक मोटा बड़ा. हाँ, tay kan do human population of Chico is big fishy. Yadya make a female another type to the Ekaro another more than 60 female pata hoje. Eto brahe Amingan get Kotum Burigo. Let us all think seriously. Please don't depend only on state government. I'm not sure if you look at the country, we should find out ways and means. How to eradicate? Ginaga timing it out. Unba district ledo Muslim laga Sunday do Friday de ase do. American Sunday do tagan do tukan khule. Aro Friday do de tagan tukan puri je. Unba district de naga de ase de. Tagan puja itu Oba Tuki laga kita puja puri cai do Friday de. Itu time to soap home. Itu Brahminan soap. Itu apnang ki kuise. We have taken note of that, and our government, and especially Dimapur, Newland, Chimgidima, police, hoki administration of it, Taikan Etia Lokumakina come together. So we need your full cooperation, full support. Etia apnakando Kumba Guije train station pra Namakanto police carry pra Pungsabola. Ami Costa Caribe Rakidigo, Pungcha Logo, Kodibra, Tagan Timbra, Obo Sayudo. When no problem, it is no problem there. It is time get devote curriculum, it is Kokuti of it, Tilai of it, Mancha of it, Tifu of it, Okachan of it, it is Pungcha Divo. Tagan Tadi Tagi Davo, Obo Sayubo Ase. It is exercise to Abido Namanimo. Apnan Hosa itu Pongcha Dibi American itu Sabo. Obas Ahibun itu punya assurance dia kami tali prakibu. Registration day. Itu berarti American sok positive effort lagi itu. American sok milikina. Ini kan itu Bangladesh kan itu Myanmar kan Nagaland hatawa itu proses kuriku lagi. Itu kurikina kami itu especially Dimapur, Newland, atau Chimolaga, administration, police kange, itu appreciate kurikina. I'm grateful to our administration and police in these 3 districts that can lokumakina kam kurase. So far, Nagaland Dimapur railway station 18 41 train ahead. 41 train ahead. So today, yate Nagaland Dimapur rail station stop kora to 19 years out of 41. So 7 to target track. So 19 to American police can actively they are working. All of this of police nase. এইটো চেক কৰিবলৈ এইটো পৰা তাতে কোন পাই আছে তোমালোক so far আগষ্ট মহিনাতে only last month till date from January we have arrested 93 illegal immigrants আৰু আগষ্ট মহিনা alone we have arrested 43 অলরেডি আমি এখানে অ্যারেস্ট করিব এটো কোথায় দিব জুডিশিয়াল এটো রেজিস্ট্রেশন লোক কোথায় দিব অ্যারেস্ট আমি করে আমি এখানে ছাড়িব ধরে পেল করা আজি অ্যারেস্ট করে কালি করা পেল ওলাই দিয়ে we should not encourage illegal immigrant কামকে অ্যারেস্ট করা কামকে পেল বলকে আপনা আপনি প্রসিড করে let us not encourage that यदि डिटेंशन सेंटर पर আছে তো কি ডিটেंशन सेंटर লাগা তো it is illegal এটা তো না পারিব বলি যে পারাটা তো এটা থোড়া খান বলে রিপোর্ট করিব লাগে যদি আমরা চাপ দিব লাগে এটা আমরা I request and appeal or advocate lawyer can give request করা আছে বাংলাদেশি কাম কে পেল বলে প্রসিদ্ধ করেগি চাপ দিব বলে প্রসিদ্ধ করেগি request so with these few words আপনার খান খবর দেয়া দিছে না আমি তো তোস্তা বন্ধু দেয় এবং ভাই ছেলে আপনার আমার একটু তারপর পেশেন্ট গোয়া সব মাটিয়ে বলে তো যাতে সেফটি নাই কোন ভাবে মাটিয়ে বইব নেক্সট টাইম যে সব মাটিব বলে তো একটা প্লেগ্রাউন্ড দিয়ে বইব যদি ইমান মাথাবি আরো সেফ নাই সেফটি নাই এতো প্লিজ ডোন্ট মাইন্ড নেক্সট ডে তো টাইম যদি কবি এতো লোক কমিউনিকেশন ক্লিয়ার হইছে next time matile do sobke khobor dibina ke lok discuss koribo korina writing ke bi pahuncha dibi korina to request korina amar side ra apna minge iman aise khobor ta sob aise that shows that everybody have concern iman khobor dije sob aise eto ra american nara pura eto illegal immigrant বাংলাদেশি গান নাদারও কনসার্ন আছে ওই জন্য আমি আপনার মধ্যে সব ধন্যবাদ দিই না আমি ইমান প্রায় কথা শেষ করে থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ